You're listening to Real Talk Texas with local expert Steve Hakes. Now, here's Steve.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Steve Hakes, and we're talking about mortgage money and what you can do with it today and some of the programs that are out there. And I'm your mortgage expert. I'm a federally licensed mortgage originator for Affiliated Bank in Dallas. And if you're listening to the show, hopefully you get to know me a little better, and that I really do this business because I care about people and how they're working their finances, and I'm really trying to help people out best I can, and that's really why I love this business that I'm in. But let's talk a little bit more about streamlined refinances and how easy that is to do. One of the great things that's available and we offer through for our veterans is the VA interest rate reduction loan. And what that is it doesn't really matter what the value of your house is, or if you thought it went down in value. In fact, I did a loan recently for a veteran that argued with me. He went to 3 different mortgage companies and said, you can't do this loan. And he had responded to one of my ads that I had sent out. And he said, I'm just going to ask you, can you do this loan? And he had 3 different companies that he did with an online company, and there's a special way that you prepare this loan application that makes it so that you don't have to have an appraisal. We are going to pull credit. You have to have a certain credit score. 640 is the credit score that we like to see it to be above. As far as your employment, how much money you have in the bank, all that really doesn't matter. It does matter that you are employed, but we're not going to verify how much you make. All we're going to do is we're going to come in and say, can we help this veteran out? Will we lower their payment? Used to be, and there's a change that just happened with the VA, it used to be that you could change the term of your loan. But in FHA and in VA, that has changed where now, if you had previously done a 30-year loan, I can do a new 30-year loan for you. And that's because we're basing this loan on how you qualified for it when you originally got that loan. You didn't qualify for a 15-year note back then, so we can't do a streamlined refinance to 15 years. However, I can do a full documentation and move you to a 15, and that's what we'll talk about when you call in. We'll talk about your options, and we'll say, okay, if you want to do another 30, we can just make this really simple and provide just a limited amount of documentation, and we can lower your payments, lower your interest rate, improve your situation, and basically at a very, very low cost to you, if anything at all. The VA charges a 0.5 point mortgage insurance that's rolled into your loan for a VA refinance. So that's something you need to know about. But typically, you're going to save so much money by you're changing your interest rate. That's wiped out pretty quickly, and you could actually pay down your principal and pay that off in a short period of time. So you're not going backwards. The other thing is on FHA. FHA program, streamlined refinance, we call it non-credit qualifying. What we're doing there is we're able to just go in. If you got a certain credit score, then we pull credit. We don't add up all the debts and things like that the way we do when you initially qualify. We're just looking at, can we lower your payment? And that's a great program as well. The one thing that FHA did differently, they changed their rules. You used to be able to roll in all of your closing costs. And now they're saying that you can't do that. But the lender can pay for that, some of the closing costs, or you can skip a payment or 2 payments and pay for your own closing costs that way. So you're getting the very best rate that's out there and not buying down your rate or having the lender pay your closing costs for you, so they have to charge a little higher rate. So we can all talk about that when you call in and talk about that FHA streamline. Well, if you've refinanced in the last 12 months, it may not make sense. But if it's been prior to the last 12 months, you need to call our office. And here's what you can do. Grab your cell phone. All right, now you grabbed your cell phone out. I'm going to give you a phone number that you want to text to. So get your texting screen up. All right, now what I want you to do is I want you to put this phone number in. It's 817-925-2546. That's 817-925-2546. All you have to do is text me your current mortgage interest rate. And what we will do in response, our team will send you a graphic view of all these different options for you. And this is all for free for you. For listening today, that's all you have to do is just text 817-925-2546. That's 817-925-2546. Just text your interest rate, and we'll prepare that free, no charge, no obligation financial review to show where you are today versus where you could be on the different loan types that are out there, a 15-year, a 30-year, a 20-year, all those things. We'll send you that and show you how much money you can save. We can also do an analysis for you if you'd like. If you paid an extra $100 on your mortgage, how fast would you pay off your house? Those kind of things. Or how much more equity would you build in your house so that you're ready to make the next move? So those are the things that we can do for you. So we've talked about FHA and VA refinances. Let's talk about another strategy that you can use. Now, remember, interest rates are at an all-time low. So let's just say you're out there and you've got credit card debts. What happened with the financial reform with credit cards? Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but if the interest that you've been paying on credit cards right before the reform hit, a lot of those companies that had you in at the 8% or something like that, a lot of those guys took a huge jump in your interest rate. So get out your credit card bill and take a look at it. There's a lot of people that are paying 28% interest on credit card debt. And I'm doing a loan right now for one of our listeners out there that had a first mortgage. He had done home improvement, so he had a second mortgage. He had about 10 credit cards with approximately $20,000 in credit card debt. And what I did for him is I gave him the analysis. We did what we call a debt consolidation worksheet, where we said, okay, we're going to pay off these things and roll them all into a new loan. And it's because he had enough equity in his house to do that. In Texas, we can loan you up to 80% of the appraised value of your house. So he had been in his home for a while, and he had plenty of equity in his house. So I want to say we did it's like $180,000 loan. He owed maybe it was probably like $140 on his current. So we took $40,000 to pay off the home improvement loan and all the credit card debt. And then we refinanced his first loan, which he hadn't done in some time. So the net result was we're saving this gentleman $2,223 a month. You hear that? $2,223 a month on his mortgage. And, yeah, we're doing a new 30-year loan, but he can take that $1,000 a month extra and pay that down. And quickly I showed him how he can get back to right where he's at and pay his house off in the same time frame and save thousands and thousands of dollars on interest. So if you're in that situation and you're looking at your debts and you do have equity in your house, that's a great, great option. And it's called I call it the financial restructuring or debt consolidation cash out loan from Affiliated Bank here. The other thing that we can do is, and we talked a lot. We had Judy Jones on the show from the South Lake Colleyville market, and Judy was talking about homes selling very quickly. They get listed, they get sold very quickly if they're updated, or if they have all the amenities that they're ready to go. So if you're thinking about making that next move into a house, you may want to consider calling us and talking about a home improvement loan. And what we can do there is we can actually refinance your current mortgage down to a lower rate. We can actually add a pool loan on top of that. We can do home improvement. You know, it's all in how we structure this and how we work with your contractors and how they put mechanics liens on title that allow us to do this. And we can go above 80% loan to value on those things, as long as we have mechanics liens on title that we're paying off as this work's done. So what the advice is, whether it's carpet, whether it's a new master bathroom, which can cost, $20,000. A new kitchen, average new kitchen's around $30,000. New carpet throughout a full house, if it's a 4,000 square foot house, it's around $10,000, $15,000. Or a new pool. If you're looking at, you want to put a new pool in, we can do that as well. So whether you're looking to get your house ready to sell or you're just updating it for yourself, those options are out there at extremely, extremely low interest rates. You can find that your monthly payment's not going to change that much in a lot of cases if you just take advantage of today's low interest rates from the mortgage money that's available in the marketplace today. So that's another option for you. And we've got some good people that we can refer to you as far as where to get the best carpet, where to get the best pools. You're listening to Real Talk Texas. We have real experts on our show all the time. And you can go to our website at realtalktexas.com. That's realtalktexas.com. And you can look for some of those experts there. You can listen to past shows where we had those experts on. You can also just send us a quick note and say, hey, I'm looking for a trust attorney. And so we would connect you to someone that help you do your trust or a financial planner. So that's what we do here on Real Talk Texas. And, of course, if you're looking for a mortgage with the best rates and lowest fees, you're going to say, hey, get me in touch with Steve. So that's what we're going to do here. Coming back after the break, we're going to talk about getting ready to move if you're deciding to buy a house and what to do, how to get there from here. So I've got some tips on how to do that. So stay tuned. Thanks for listening.